This past offseason, the Windsor Express made a humongous signing by signing former NBL Canada MVP and three-time league champ Ryan Anderson. And now Ryan joins me in studio to talk about how he wants to impact the Express this year. So Ryan, thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, it's been a number of years since you were with the Windsor Express. You were on the team that won the second of two championships in 2015. Took 3 years, went to the London Lightning, won 2 championships there. Now you're back in the Rose City. What is it like being back in the city of Windsor, where you won your first league championship?
It feels like a homecoming for me. Learning where I won my first championship and then going on to London to win 2 more, and then coming back here. Somebody asked, is it a difficult transition? I was like, no, because this is where I was first. So it's just like a homecoming for me.
For people that haven't watched you play before, tell us a little bit about what you bring to the table in terms of gameplay. Obviously, you're one of the best three-point shooters, in my opinion, the best three-point shooter in the league's history. But tell us a little bit about what you bring to the table.
I try to bring more than one tangible to the game, but ultimately the main thing for me is just winning. And winning, I think I've learned how to do it. It's just a matter of sacrifice and unselfishness. And the teams I've been a part of, that's the hardest thing to do for pros, is to, or just team atmospheres, team sports. It's hard to sacrifice your individual agenda for the betterment of the team. And once you can get guys to buy into that mindset and that energy, I've been blessed and fortunate to be a part of many championship teams, and hopefully this year we're trying to build and mesh that chemistry right now in training camp to win a championship here in Windsor, bring one back here to the Rose City.
You've said that the city kind of fits you more so than other cities than you've played in before. What the identity of the city is really blue collar, really hard working, and that's what kind of like the identity of this group that you guys want to have this season, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. That Windsor, nothing against anywhere else.
Nope.
But it was just my wife feels more comfortable here in Windsor. I feel more comfortable here in Windsor. It's been a great transition for us, and like I said, we have friends and family here, and also it's a little bit close to the States.
Yep.
So if we ever get a little homesick sometimes, it's tough sometimes being away from home and stuff like that. We can go to Detroit and get a little feel of the U.S., come back home here in Windsor and finish everything out. What's
different about a Windsor crowd, so to speak, than a London crowd? It seems like Windsor crowds are really all in, depending, no matter how many fans they have. They're all in all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Ruckus crowd, getting after the other team, and that's really, really special to play in front of, right?
No question. I would say the Windsor fans are a little bit more rowdy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. That's okay, though.
That's all right.
That's what we need, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So the people come in here expecting a tough brand of basketball and rowdy fans. It's
a great marriage.
That's it. That's what you get for a championship right there.
You're going to show us a little bit, one of your recipes that you can get at your website, AndreaDochertyRD.com.
Yes.
And it's a Mediterranean buckwheat salad. And this is something that I've never heard of. So obviously buckwheat is something that people can use to diversify their whole grain intake, right?
Exactly. We're going to use, firstly, some buckwheat. So I know it's not a huge common food, but you can find this at the bulk barn. You can find it at grocery stores in the grain sections. And even though it has wheat in the name, it actually does not contain gluten.
Wow, so I can eat it.
You can eat
Thank
it.
God.
Yeah. So that's that's what it looks like raw.
Yes.
And you might see that it's called buckwheat groats.
Okay.
But basically it cooks very similar to rice. So you're just going to, for this recipe, we're going to do 3/4 of a cup of raw buckwheat, put it in a pot with a cup and a half of water. So it's a 1-to-2 ratio of buckwheat to water. Bring that to a boil and then let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes until the buckwheat absorbs all the water. It's going to about double in size.
Yeah.
And there you go. So then let it cool, and then we're going to place it in a bowl. So the benefit of buckwheat, it's a little more actually nutrient rich than corn and rice, so some other whole grains. So it's a great source of manganese. Manganese is an antioxidant, helps with recovery from exercise, and also important for metabolism. So then we're going to add a little bit of broccoli. So this, I've just chopped up some broccoli florets really into small pieces.
Yep.
Next we're going to do some roasted, unsalted sunflower seeds. And these are going to add some healthy fats and some antioxidants, so vitamin E.
And of course, what's next?
Some parsley. So we just got some fresh parsley chopped, and it's just going to add some fiber, or some flavor, and some more antioxidants.
Excellent.
And then we've got some feta cheese.
My favorite.
Yeah, add a little bit of calcium, good for your bones, a little bit of protein to this recipe, and a little bit of salt to give it some flavor.
That's where we get the Mediterranean from.
To where we get the Mediterranean from. Yeah. So mix that in there. Then some sun-dried tomatoes, I got some that are packed in olive oil. So olive oil is a great source of omega-3s, some healthy fats. And got about half a cup there.
Smells great, fantastic.
And lastly, just as a little bit, to dress it up a little bit, we've got the juice of about 1 lemon. I'm gonna mix that in there. And then you can do some salt and pepper as well.
Yep, just to season it a little bit.
Yeah, just to season it, and then just mix that all up, and then it's just kind of a nice different way to put some whole grains onto your plate.
Look at that right there, beautiful. Look at all those different colors, because of course we eat with our eyes first, right? So if it looks appetizing, and chances are it's going to be appetizing.
Yeah, we want to have a lot of color on our plate for sure.